Welcome to this year's ranking of the top 100 prospects in baseball. I've been compiling and writing such rankings for 16 years now, and those of you who've read them before will find the format here similar to those from the recent past. My farm reports covering at least 20 prospects in each team's system, and notes on prospects who might appear in the majors this year, or who might be breakout prospects for the 2024 rankings, will appear the week of February 6th. This year's list is, to be blunt, not great. We had so many graduations in 2022, including 7 of my top 10 and more than 30 of my top 100, that the best 50 or 100 or 150 prospects in the minors are now, in bulk, not up to the level of talent that it usually is. That might be pandemic related, because so many players lost a year or more of development. It might also have to do with MLB's decision to eliminate all short-season leagues between the complexes and low A move that especially hurts teenage players who aren't quite ready for full-season ball after they've finished a summer in the Arizona or Florida complex leagues. A draft class in 2022 that was generally seen as mediocre, with very little college pitching, didn't help matters either. That said, there are a lot of potential superstars at the top of the list, and as you move through it, you'll see a lot of players with the upside to be stars. I'm thinking 5+ WAR, roughly, but who might have a lower probability of reaching those ceilings. I tend to favor upside in prospects more than certainty, but there is value in both. A player who is all ceiling and no floor isn't as valuable, in the trade market now or in considering his expected value in the long term, as one who has a somewhat lower ceiling but a much higher floor. I want players who might be stars, and after that I want players who might be above average big leaguers, but I also try to keep in mind that many of these prospects won't reach their ceilings, and to consider what other scenarios exist for their futures. I refer to grades throughout the prospect rankings on the 20 to 80 scouting scale, where 50 is major league average, 80 is the highest possible score, and 20 is the lowest. I'll also use similar language, referring to tools that are above a grade of 55 or below average 45 or less, or referring to plus 60 or plus 70, or maybe you should try another line of work 35. I try to discuss players' tools, their frames, their level of athleticism and other physical attributes, as well as their skills, their aptitude, and other mental or intellectual attributes as well. This is comparable to how major league teams evaluate players, although they will always have the advantage of access to more and better data than those of us on the outside can get. The least I can do is try to reflect how the industry thinks about players, and give you the most accurate possible picture of the prospects in these rankings through both the lens of my own evaluations and those of the people within the industry whom I most trust. To be eligible for these rankings, a player must still be eligible for the Rookie of the Year award in 2023, which means they may not have more than 130 at-bats, 50 innings pitched, or 45 days on an active major league roster heading into this season. Days on the roster in September now count against the rookie threshold, whereas days on the active roster in any September prior to 2020 do not count, a change MLB made to the rookie eligibility rules in 2020. Thus new Arizona catcher Gabriel Moreno, who had 61 days on the Blue Jays active roster last year, no longer qualifies. I also exclude players who have come here as free agents from Japan's NPB or Korea's KBO, because while they are rookies, and I would vote for them if I have a Rookie of the Year ballot, they are not prospects by my definition.